Stuttering John. Okay, so for anyone who wasn't with us yesterday, we started explaining this thing. I might as well start from the beginning. Is this the beginning of the tape? Hey, Baba Booey, come on in here and tell me.
Yeah, we want to hear the whole thing.
Yeah, even the stuff I played for you yesterday, I want to go through that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear anything out of context.
Start with Real to Real 1, and then you'll move over to Real to Real.
All right, so this is what I did yesterday? Okay. Okay. So, Stuttering John, we send them over to this thing that we read about was happening, a press conference for the North American Man-Boy Love Association, which is always funny. And, you know, we've always called that North American Man-Boy Love Association to hear that recorded message.
Yeah.
Be proud. Be brave. Don't be afraid to be a boy lover.
And if you're a boy,
do not be ashamed.
Times will change.
Relax. Take it easy. You're still young. That's your fault. There's so much you have to learn.
It's like these boys are out there wanting them.
Yeah.
So you boys, just be calm. Times will change.
Times will change. So these guys are like the ultimate deviants.
Yeah.
And we sent Stuttering John over to ask goofy questions. We thought, well, there's a place to ask goofy questions.
Surely nobody's going to object.
Yeah, because reporters will appreciate it.
Who's actually going to cover this?
This is NAMBLA, the
This guy's there, too.
Man-Boy Love Association.
Renato.
In New York, the Horatio Alger chapter meets on the first Saturday of each month from noon to 2:30 p.m. For any other matter, please leave your message at the end of the beep. We'll call you back as soon as possible, but we'll have to do it in collect. In the meanwhile, and
we like
if you're
music.
a boy, do not despair. Be true to your feelings. Times will change.
Times will change.
And your oppression will end. But if you're a man, be safe.
Be safe.
Be brave.
Be brave.
And above all,
Be proud.
to be a boy lover.
I think if you're a boy lover, the last thing you're going to do is be proud. You know what I mean? Even if you are one, it's hard to be proud of that.
But this is why they have a support group. They're trying to support each other
Yeah.
and being brave and
Be proud. Be proud to take an innocent young boy and ruin his life.
I still can't believe this is real, you know?
You know, I think we ought to start sending John to the meeting.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that guy. You know, they announce a NAMBLA meeting and guys show up. You know, it's just hard to believe that there are people willing to put their ass on the line like that.
Wouldn't you like to go to one of those meetings?
Yeah, right. Be proud to be a bone cruncher.
The Horatio Alger chapter.
Every first Saturday, every month.
Yes. There'll be bingo and then boy loving. All right, so anyway, so John goes over to the NAMBLA press conference. Why a press conference? Because they're very proud of this new movie that came out called Chicken Hawk, which features some of the NAMBLA members. And it's a movie basically about how guys, you know, fall in love with these boys. And it's these guys talking about it.
Do they interview the boys?
No, they interview some of the parents, and the parents are screaming about how they want to kill some of these guys. And it's really funny because it really is not a positive piece for these boy lovers, but they don't care. They're just happy to be in a movie.
Anytime they can get in a movie.
They're a lot like Jackie's wife. They're just happy to be in any movie. They don't care what it is. You know what I mean? Any movie is positive.
Isn't just the title of this an insult?
Chicken Hawk, yeah. But the whole movie's an insult to them, but they don't even get it. So anyway, John shows up, and there are members of the press there, as well as a dude who has some organization called Straight Boys.
Straight men.
Straight something.
Yeah.
And he's like real angry. He's angry at NAMBLA. He shows up at all the NAMBLA meetings and goes around, and wherever they go, and it's admirable work. The guy's cool. I mean, he goes around and he yells at these guys and calls them, you know, child molesters and worse.
In the film, I think he's out front of Renato's house with a bunch of people holding a megaphone.
Yeah, with a bullhorn and screaming
at him.
So he's one of the stars of the film, too.
Yeah.
I think so. I think it's him.
Yeah.
But we're not sure.
No, he is in it.
That is him? Okay, so anyway, he ends up getting mad at Stuttering John.
Because he thinks that Stuttering John is not taking this seriously.
Yeah, but you shouldn't take this seriously. We're there to goof on NAMBLA. And then it gets weird because it becomes like a circus because two of the NAMBLA guys are big fans of our show. Two of the North American Man-Boy lovers.
Oh, boy.
are there. They're big fans of the show.
I sure hope we haven't gotten them new members.
I hope not. And it just gets to be very confusing, and members of the press begin walking out.
Yeah.
So the NAMBLA guys are all upset because all the press is walking out because John is getting into fights.
And the other guy, Renato, was sitting up in the audience, so I'm running back and forth all over.
Right, you're all over the place. Well, you were working. That's called working. Well, let's take you to the meeting now. I believe this is just a little recap from yesterday. These are the dudes. You can see it's a serious press conference. You know, the NAMBLA dudes, the guys who love boys, they get up and they try to make some speeches, trying to give you some kind of rationale of, you know, why they do what they do. But meanwhile, it makes no sense because it's impossible to give a rationale for why you love young boys. You know. You should get up and just say, I am a very sick man.
Take me away.
Take me away and lock me in a padded cell before I can hurt any of your children.
Drill me in the head and pour in fluid.
Right. Put a bit to my skull and drill open my head.
And don't stop until you smell brain.
Don't stop till you get enough.
Give me to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Right.
That is what I deserve.
So many people were willing to speak so truthfully about their most intimate parts of their lives.
So here's some dude. He gets up. He's one of the guys who loves boys. And he's talking about how amazed he is by the NAMBLA members and their bravery to go on film.
Well, now this is a bit of making sense. He is amazed.
He is amazed. He finally came to some conclusion that we can all agree with.
Even though I'm a boy lover myself,
How easily he's... Even though I'm a boy lover myself, I'm amazed by my fellow boy lovers.
You know, alcoholics should have no trouble coming out at all.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys aren't embarrassed, he's in front of the press room. Yeah, I'm a boy lover. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you know...
I'm shocked to see it.
Even as a boy lover, I'm shocked to see these guys.
I almost assume that a lot of people here might have the same reaction. We have a very diverse culture in many ways. And I think most people, thank goodness, are just beginning to accept some of the diversity. And here we go with something...
What people are those?
I want to see the people who support NAMBLA.
Okay, that's a tough one to come out for.
Where are those people?
I don't think you can find one United States senator to come out for that.
You know, the only people who support this are the guys who want to do it.
Yeah. I can't see anyone else supporting it. Thank God, you know, people are starting to come around. Where is that? I want to challenge that right away.
Brand new, and it takes a little while getting used to. And even as a boy lover, being a NAMBLer for 15 years, I was a little shocked to see it.
And here comes a second boy lover.
Okay.
Oh, no. Could you imagine the stories they share with each other? When
Oh, man, must be wild.
That's why I'm sending you to a meeting.
All right, so this guy handles himself all right. You know, he at least is shocked by something. This is a guy who, you know, takes kids in sleeping bags and has sex with them.
And even though he's a boy lover, he's shocked that people are willing to stand up and admit
Right.
it.
Maybe some of these guys don't act on it. They're just in the organ. Maybe he never slept with a guy in a sleeping bag. I don't know. I can't tell who's done what.
But it's almost like he's standing up and saying, you know, I've got my 15-year chit here.
Yeah, right.
I've been in the association 15 years.
You would support the group if it was a group that was like Alcoholics Anonymous. They're trying to get them off of boys.
Right.
But these guys get together to have boys.
Right, and they're sharing their secrets.
Yeah. But this next guy who gets up, he's one of the stars of the movie. And, you know, he's a real hardcore boy lover. He loves talking about it.
Well, for me, NAMBLA is a vehicle for reducing the amount of suffering in this world.
Right.
Now, humans, as I understand it, suffer because of their inner division, because their natural wholeness, the thing that would produce their happiness or their sense of completeness or spontaneity in life has been attacked.
This guy's unbelievable.
Who explained this to him? I want to know.
Some people come up with stuff on their own.
I understand that humans are upset and they're suffering because their wholeness is attacked.
But the reason I joined NAMBLA is to reduce suffering. My own suffering. I mean, never mind the boys' buttocks. The whole being attacked is my suffering. I want the natural wholeness. You know, it's just an interesting explanation for you know, making love to young boys.
It's a rationale for doing something devious.
Yeah.
By various ideas in our society.
Sort of like, hey, this makes me happy, so why shouldn't I be happy? Who cares about everyone else?
I should not have to deny this natural, spontaneous impulse.
Just because, hey, I enjoy killing people, but maybe I'll try to refrain from doing it, even though it'll make me unhappy.
I'm suffering.
Yeah.
That are extremely prejudicial, extremely antisocial. And so, as a beginning step to transforming the consciousness of our race, it seems to me that we need to begin to examine the truth of our common life, the truth of our common feelings, not according to some stereotype,
Good
not
explanation.
according to some made-up...
All right, so you get the idea, right? You get the idea of these guys. Here, they ramble on
about each other,
and
but looking at each other as nearly as we can in an objective,
we have to be tolerant,
sane, respectful way.
All right, so
I gotta respect you.
Yeah. Well, we have to be tolerant of everyone's lifestyles, even if that means taking innocent boys and ruining their lives, impregnating
Can you
them.
imagine these guys let loose?
Yeah. You know what their society would be? It would be like Huns just coming in and taking boys out of houses and raping them. But anyway, okay, so that's the North American Man-Boy Love Association. So finally, it's time for questions, and you know who, everyone's favorite stuttering interviewer, is going to ask questions. Now
They
I'm breaking a
opened
second.
the floor, huh?
Yeah, they open the floor for questions. So John starts asking his goofy questions, and then this guy starts yelling at him and threatening him.
I thought he was going to hit me, man.
Yeah, I mean, it was like really weird.
It was like one of those things where he's right in my face and yelling, so it's like, any moment.
Yeah, and we're there goofing on Nambla, and this guy doesn't get it.
You gotta say that John is a brave guy.
He is. Oh, no two ways about
He
it.
stands there with that microphone.
Like an idiot.
What?
Like an imbecile. A guy's ready to slug him, and he's like, and the guy goes, hey, man, I don't think this is funny. So, you don't think this is funny? It's just like, he just keeps interviewing him. It's quite a confrontation. You're quite a hero, John. Stupid. Okay. Doesn't know any better.
Take another question.
Can I ask a couple questions, guys? Sorry. This is for WXRK Radio.
Sorry.
What are the best...
Western show.
Yeah, what are the best...
John.
Hi. What are the best...
Now, one of the guys from Nambla is a big fan of the Howard Stern show.
Ecstatic.
He didn't know what to say. And then other guys in Nambla think this is nonsense.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
hiding places to molest...
Well, here, wait. It's not good to stop the tape. I'll just let it go.
K Radio. And what are the best...
Stern show.
Yeah, what are the best hiding...
John.
Hi. What are the best hiding places to molest a boy at Disney World?
Oh, my goodness. That's even better than I was used to. Howard, you stumped me. Do you have one for
We're
that?
opposed to molesting any young people of any age or anyone of any age. So that would be our answer. There should be no hiding place for anyone who wants to do that.
Why not?
All right. Do your dates have a scream for their mommy or daddy?
Do the what?
Do your dates have a scream for their mommy or daddy?
Do our dates have a scream for mom?
Do your dates have a scream for mommy or daddy?
Often it's, oh, Howard. Oh, Robin. Oh, Fred.
What a nut.
More. Stuttering John, where have you gone?
How about you?
That guy's annoying, isn't he? I almost wanted to edit him out just because I couldn't handle him. I like the other guy, though.
But it was does boy molesting make you deaf? He doesn't understand any questions.
I know, but I like his voice. Like, that's the voice that's in the sack with these young boys. And it's like, and we don't molest anybody. Yeah. You're a nice...
No hiding place.
You're a nice young boy.
Get out of the closet. There are no hiding places.
Yeah, this is really an amazing thing. Speaking of screaming for mommy or daddy, we had one of these priests in Chicago, as I remember, and
trying to turn John's question into a serious question.
A boy who apparently had recovered memories, a cardinal or whatever it was, had so-called recovered memories. Well, it turned out that he said that over a period of a year, like 3 times a week. Now, we're talking about hundreds of times this boy participated, as he said, in what must have been consenting relationships with this priest, and he never said anything to anyone until years later.
These guys are so weird. Here's a young, confused boy who never said anything to any authority because he was being raped by his priest.
Yes.
Allegedly. That's what was alleged, anyway. What about young boys being confused and embarrassed about admitting to this
they're
stuff?
rationalizing this. He didn't say anything for years and hundreds of times.
He must have loved it.
And he sort of sounds like Barney Fife when he
Yeah, doesn't he?
I may say that I'm a little doubtful of this evidence, and this is a response to your question about screaming for mommy or daddy.
Apparently, his memories were achieved through hypnosis, and very recently, I'm sure the press knows, that the boy now realizes that some of these memories are not valid, and he withdrew the charges against the cardinal.
Can you guys name the top 5 kids in movies and what you'd like to do to them?
So now the angry guy hasn't been paid attention to yet. So now he has to grandstand. Get his. Meanwhile, this is what we should ask these guys serious questions. Is that good?
Come on, Joey, let's go.
You want to go? You want to get one from Straight Kids USA before they walk?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
I can't ask you nothing.
I can't ask you anything.
Come on. Go.
So you think that people are gay? It's inherent in their, before they're born. Is that correct?
No, he said I'm not answering any questions, and then you asked him a question anyway, right?
Yeah, well, I thought when I was watching him speak in front of the audience, I kind of jotted down some things I was curious to ask him.
Right.
So this is one of them.
What's the name of his group? Straight Kids USA?
Yeah.
And the guys from NAMBLA didn't want him to leave because... Why didn't they want him to leave?
Well, that wasn't the guys from NAMBLA. It was the guy who ran the press conference.
Oh, I see.
Oh, is that the guy associated with the movie?
Yeah. He didn't want them to leave. So I just, he was leaving, so I kind of, You
were ruining the press conference.
I said there's no proof that they were born that way. There's other ways that they can, too, become homosexual.
Like how?
Like getting adopted and nurtured into that environment, like getting raped and in the ass for quite a few times by NAMBLA members that will push them into that perverted lifestyle. What else do you want to know? Make a joke of it and I'll knock down your ass.
Can I ask you, why are you so angry?
I'm angry because you're making a joke of this whole pedophile situation.
I'm not asking.
What, too? Where do you find kids hiding in Disneyland? What is this, a joke with you?
No, it's not a joke
at all. It's not a joke with me either.
No, it's not a joke with me either.
Well, why are you making light of this whole thing?
By the way, this is for WXRK Radio.
Oh, so we're going to make a big joke about kids.
I'm not making a joke out of it.
Your questions are really, really hilarious. You're a wise guy. This is a very touchy subject. We're talking about kids getting raped, molested, pushed into a homosexual lifestyle. We're talking about kids being emotionally disturbed because of this, and you're making light of it. You're a wise guy.
Do you view homosexuality as a bad thing?
First of all homosexuals are not pedophiles, okay? I have nothing wrong with a person who wants to be a homosexual. We do not teach anybody at Straight Kids to hate homosexuals, okay? We tell them they lost their way. You cannot go that way, okay? You have to be natural, in tune with nature, okay? Nature's an absolute. It's carved in stone, okay? That's what we tell them.
I got him on the phone, Tom. We're going to get to him in a second.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to say, those must be fun meetings.
Yeah. That would scare me straight. I might become homosexual after a guy yelled at me like that. I need to go into the nurturing arms of a man who can comfort me.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, but Tom doesn't get that, like, we're there. We can't stand these guys.
No, he doesn't get it at all.
All right, well, he's got his own thing. Well, I still admire what he does. This guy shows up at every NAMBLA meeting.
Well, how many? I mean, he doesn't go once a month on a Saturday.
He stands outside Renato's house, the guy who makes that NAMBLA message, and screams
on a
bullhorn at the guy, and rightly so.
Well, it's true. I mean, people should know that these people are in their neighborhoods.
I was just upset that he didn't get what we were doing. We have our own group, Straight Kids, Straight Disc Jockeys USA.
Don't become a homosexual. That's all we're saying. Okay. We're not saying to hurt homosexuals. We don't teach hate, all right? As far as NAMBLA being an obvious target, we're going after them. We demonstrate anywhere they might be or any pedophile, whether they're with NAMBLA or not, to expose them to the neighborhood so parents can watch their children. You find a problem with that?
No, I'm not saying
don't make light of this damn...
Why isn't he yelling at the NAMBLA guys? Why is he yelling at John?
I don't know.
I'm just so upset.
I think it took everyone by surprise that the NAMBLA guys were going along with our goofing.
Subject over here with these stupid questions, and I will leave.
Because the 20 press here that have a lot of questions, please.
All right, you guys want to...
Why would the press leave during this? This is getting good.
I don't know.
What press was there?
They all started walking out.
All right, let's get Tom on. This is Tom McDonough. That's the guy you just heard yelling at John. Hey, Tom. Tom?
How you doing?
Hey, man.
Oh, you calm down.
Quite a performance.
Yes.
What do you hate more? Child molesters or stutterers? Like John. You were really on fire, man. That was quite a performance.
Well, you know what it was, Howard. I really take this subject very seriously.
Yeah, well, we do too.
Oh, listen, guys. I don't really. I haven't heard your program that often,
Read my book. I do a whole thing on...
somebody did say, you did say something about NAMBLR. It reminded me about that, and you do a parody on NAMBLR once a week or so.
Yeah.
And, because I don't keep up with your program, I'm quite busy to tell you the truth.
Believe it wouldn't be a real good stance to be a supporter of NAMBLR.
Yeah, we're still trying to find those people.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is, Howard? I just got a little upset with the way the questioning was going. I just really feel with a serious subject like
Well, we were actually trying to goof on those dudes and say, you know, through our own brand of humor, say, hey, dudes, you know,
You're sick.
How can you ask these guys serious questions? We're saying, hey, dudes, where do you molest your children at Disney World? Where do you what 5 movie stars, little kids, would you like to, I mean, it wasn't meant as a...
It was trying to expose them for what they are through humor.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that now. It's just that with Johnny Stutters over there,
it becomes a circus.
Well, yeah, and I figured, I was running through my mind, what is this clown going to ask me? I'm going to cold cock him.
Yeah, you sounded like were you actually thinking of punching John out?
I was really, the way he started with these questions, he didn't, when you suck humor out of something very serious like this,
yes,
it loses something.
Yeah, well, we're professionals. We know how to do it. Don't worry.
Okay. All right.
All right, so you don't worry about that.
Okay, guys.
All right, we like what you're doing.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. That's Tom McDonough, Stray Kids USA. So what do? You were you the guy on the bullhorn yelling at that guy?
Yeah, that was during the NBC special. I broke the story, actually, but John Miller's been getting patted on the behind for it. We're the ones that exposed Peter Meltzer, the Bronx High School of Science Physics.
Good for you.
Yeah, you did a great job.
And I gave Miller the photos of all these pedophiles, the name, the headquarters, we did surveillance. And Miller, obviously, to give me credit, that was the first day of the 3-day part special. And I work with Stanzik in the Board of Education over there, and any leads that come up, I work with him. And we do go after any and all pedophiles, no matter where they might be.
Yeah, it's good work. You're doing good work. We're behind you.
Hey, listen, guy, and just tell John, look, I'm not going to beat him up.
John, you see, man? John was real scared of you.
John was okay. I deliberately waited outside to cool down in order to talk to him.
Yeah, he said you're a big burly guy. He was, nervous.
It made me laugh yesterday when I heard it. The guy, one of my, Joe over here, everybody want to know who Joe was. He taped your show yesterday.
Right.
And it was John, I believe, that said, I look like a burly guy, like a cop or a bouncer who hadn't had a fight in a long time.
Yeah, you were itchy for a fight. All right, man. Thanks, Tom.
Hey, take care, Howard.
All right, bye-bye. See, we make friends with everyone.
Oh, I'm so glad we straightened that out.
And child molesters fear him, and that's good.
Yeah, we don't want to be, we don't want him to stink.
We want to join forces with him.
We're not on his side.
We're forming the Justice League of America.
I wonder how he makes money, man.
Who, Tom?
Yeah.
I'm sure he must have another job.
I don't know. Maybe he's a carnival barker. The way he yells and stuff, that'd be really good. Get in the tent! I don't know.
You sound like a pro wrestler.
Yeah, he was pretty intense. I forget, is that the end of it?
Questions? Anybody else?
Oh, yeah. Tom left.
I can continue. Can I ask you a question? Because Howard always plays your,
John is real nervous after Tom and
people leaving.
Yeah, and what the press is leaving.
Yeah, press
and who is there from the press? Like the Daily News, I know is there.
The Post, So people start filing out because I made a mockery of this whole thing. So I'm afraid I'm going to get axed at any second.
Right.
So I want to at least get someone with Renato.
See, Tom should have liked you. You were ruining a press conference for NAMBLR. This was their big press conference.
Always plays your, your answer machine on the air. Can you name it? All right. Does Macaulay Culkin give you a chubby?
Macaulay Culkin, what?
Does Macaulay Culkin give you a chubby?
A chubby. You have to translate that for me.
Oh, he's ridiculous. You know,
would
this
love
is
Macaulay
one of these
Culkin.
situations where they don't tell what they, they don't say what they say with each other in the public.
To a chicken hawk, Macaulay Culkin's like a piece of ass.
He's a dreamboat.
Yeah, I'm even attracted to him. And I'm totally straight.
Not all boys are attracted to me.
Okay, name the top 5 kids and movies that you'd like to do.
Oh, come on. This is irrelevant, really, to the conversation.
Let me ask you just one more question, I'll stop. Do you watch the Mickey Mouse Club in the nude?
No, I don't. I'm sorry to give you a serious question, but that's as far as I can.
Okay, all right, go ahead. Everyone go. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Serious question. Now, when we come back from commercial, John gets one-on-one with the NAMBLR members. And asks all the questions. That guy's the funniest, that Renato guy.
That accent.
Why are you
wrong. It's
well,
wrong.
Yeah, well, yeah, you can just picture that voice, when he's alone with a little kid. He's like,
hello.
Hey, how you doing, huh? Come on, I give you a candy bar, huh? Come on, how's we relax in my tub? And we mellow out a little.
And he's always got that dry mouth. Hello.
Yeah, hello. And I like, hey, come on, we're trying to have a serious press conference here, John. I can't dignify that question. But what's wrong with that question?
Yeah, and he doesn't know the term chubby.
Yeah. That he doesn't know. Yeah.
Could you translate?
That's the voice. Bela Lugosi had a charming voice compared to that. Hello. I want to suck your blood.
Get out of the infant car seat and come to Renata.
Renata. Oh, lo, lo, lo. Cantate. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Let's take a break and we'll come back and listen to the exciting NAMBLA questions and answers after this. I'm anxious to get back to NAMBLA tapes. We've dragged this out long enough.
Stern Show.
All right, John. So now we're still in the NAMBLA meeting, and John now is going to confront one-on-one all the members of the Man-Boy Love Association.
Wonderful.
All right, here
cool.
we go.
So I sit Renato down with him, and they're all sitting casually.
Who's up first? Do you remember?
I get them all at the same time.
All the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a round robin.
Yeah, it's a round robin.
All right.
The Melendez group.
Now, what happens? All the reporters went away.
Yeah, everyone left, but people are still lingering to see what's going to happen. So.
Right.
Just as spectators now. They've given up being professional.
But the actual real reporters have left in disgust because you're fighting with that other guy and you're asking goofy questions?
A lot of them left, but I think the Daily News and Post still stuck around.
Right. Let you do all the interviewing.
Yeah, because I told you they had even mentioned some of John's questions in the paper yesterday.
Well, because nobody else. What are you going to ask a guy from NAMBLA? We, of course, have questions.
I'm shocked that they showed up to cover this at all.
Yeah. Well, it was such a
We
goofy
are the
thing.
only people who should handle these things.
Yeah, we should be the only press allowed at a Man-Boy Love Association press conference. So, okay, let's join the press conference, which has basically become Stuttering John asking questions. Here we go, Robin. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Well,
hey, guys.
Can I ask you one question that isn't appropriate? I know about 2 weeks ago, somebody called in and NAMBLA was discussed and pedophilia was discussed. It started out with a discussion of a program that I think either Howard or Robin saw, either on PBS or CNN. Do you recall what that program was? Because I missed the show that day.
Oh, great.
He wants to know all NAMBLA programming.
Yeah, can you get us a tape of that NAMBLA show?
It's like a porno video.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I don't know what the program was. If you want it, I'll give you a card and I'll find out.
I'd appreciate that, John.
Yeah, we want to help you guys. Thank you. Gee, you're very seductive. Even when you're very gentle.
I never knew it, but, boy lovers can be nice.
Yeah. Hey, boy lovers are our friend.
All right, guys. Let me.
All right, let's get down to it.
Want to get the person with the strange voice?
Yeah, come on, Renato. Come over here. Let me ask you.
Okay.
He loves you.
Okay.
He has the great voice.
Yeah, no, I know. Howard plays him all the time.
I don't know the other fellow here.
That's Gorilla.
Gorilla, how you doing?
Oh, they must have liked Gorilla. Did they? Gorilla's a young boy. Gorilla looks like a young boy.
He's little, too.
Well, yeah. He really looks about, what, 15?
Yeah.
Nice
Did you
meat.
hear that?
So young and firm.
Who is this young boy you've brought with you?
Would you like to go?
Gorilla.
Oh, Gorilla, you have a monkey's name.
I'll bet you make monkey love.
I have a brunch for you to swing on.
As in Gorilla Tactics?
As in, oh, what a New Year's I had.
Wait, I'm missing the NAMBLA jokes.
He said, oh, well, he obviously knows what Gorilla did on the New Year's Eve pageant.
Oh, that's right. Oh, this guy really listens.
Yeah, this is the one guy that's real intent about it.
He listens closer than you.
Yeah. I didn't even know what he was referring to.
Is he blushing? Did we get one over on Gorilla?
His name?
The NAMBLA guys just trying to present themselves as regular
Yeah,
guys.
they're regular dudes who just hang out, have fun.
Yeah, they're having a good time. All right. The relaxed NAMBLA.
Did you shake their hands, John? And
Well, yeah, not going in on the way out.
And John, that's his trademark. He shakes
it matters to you whether a NAMBLA guy likes
No, I
you?
really don't care, but it's kind of hard when a guy sticks his hand out to shake you. It's like,
hey, dude, that hand's been on young
How
boys.
many times have you been snuffed when you stuck out your hand?
Believe me, I washed immediately. Gorilla, that's probably the only reason why.
Right. Okay.
Renato, if you're not busy, could you come in?
I think he's signing an autograph.
I just want to talk to the three of these at once, and then I'll be...
Was he signing an autograph?
Yeah, he was signing something.
Really?
Who?
I don't know, man. I don't know what he was doing.
Be proud.
Signing a report. Maybe he's giving someone his number or something.
All the time you need, and hopefully I'll get my mind to give you a good answer.
Did anybody write down the name of this so-called scientist?
His research is well known.
What's going on?
Ask
a question.
Yeah, I don't know because I don't know why.
Why is Scott running this off?
I don't know.
Why am I listening
Scott
to
runs
this?
everything off. You don't understand.
I told Gary to listen to it and.
You just fast forward a little bit. You know?
All right.
I can come like this. All right.
Your voice is famous.
Your voice alone is.
I don't know where we are.
Yeah, keep going. Settled in here. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Renato, this is for WXOK, and let me just focus one at you because you kind of answered it already. When do you think kids should have sex? 16, 12, 9, 5, or right out of diapers?
Whenever they feel like, whenever they feel up to it, they feel they know what's involved, and especially it must be stressed that they should know all the consequences of their act and what it entails, what the dangers are, what the pitfalls are of being involved with an older man. And after that, they should be...
He's like a lawyer. He's like a lawyer.
What the pitfalls,
and of course the
consequences.
Yes, the lawyer should be consulted.
Tell us an age, Renato.
Yeah, give us an age.
He didn't back down from newborn.
No.
That's the scary part.
Alone to make their own decision. A qualified decision which will be supported by their own inner feeling that this is right and this is what they want to do, not imposed from the outside. I think that children are way continuously thought and beaten down with the rules of adult that adult has made, and I think that they should be able to express their own inner feelings, inner tendency, inner natural feelings. And again,
kids should be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, if at birth they know all the consequences,
Do you
go
know
for
the
it.
Can you imagine as a kid if I was allowed to do anything I wanted?
Forget about
it.
The world wouldn't be here.
Right.
I wouldn't know what to say. How to say why somebody like the aesthetics, okay, and sexual feeling are not something that can be imposed from the outside.
Petrophilia.
Petrophilia. If you're going to be into pedophilia, why don't you learn how to say it? The petrophilia.
It's where you make love to gasoline.
And I believe the gasoline knows when it wants to make love.
The pitfalls, the consequences.
Someone ought to put a kick me sign on his nuts.
What tricks do you guys use to lure children?
I usually tell them that I'm a Howard.
They lure me. I don't lure them.
Kids lure you?
Sure, yes, sure. If they have a chance, but
how does a kid lure you?
Oh, they lure me not for sexual thing, but they lure me at least for. I don't make this a broad statement. I just make to say that children loves adults. Children they like them. They feel this.
They breathe, and you think they're luring you.
I've had children like me, but I never thought they were coming on to me.
They blink their eyes, and I rape them.
Yeah.
They're feeling like animals to cats or dogs. They know they like them. They don't have to be. You don't have to be rationalized. You don't have to explain them. You don't have to be explained. You don't have to discuss them.
It's all
they know what they want. Okay.
So excited.
They see Howard's book and say, "Oh, Nambla." We say, "Oh, Ricky," and
that guy's annoying.
See us. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, what pet names do you have for
that Howard Stern fan guy? Is really annoying.
He just should be let out of the room.
Yeah.
I try keeping away from him.
Yeah, good. Ricky.
Children.
I still, this Renato does not answer a question straight.
No, well, how do you answer? You're into boys.
He claims that children lure him. John comes back with a great follow-up. How?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they do it. It's kismet.
Oh, Nambla. We say, "Oh, Ricky," and they come and see us. It's wonderful.
Okay, what pet names do you have for the children?
this is not my approach to life. I mean, I just don't think of things like that. I don't belittle them necessarily by giving them any pet name at all.
How about you?
I prefer adults. I'm also gay. I prefer adults, but children, name pets for children?
Yeah. I mean, do you have any pet names?
No, I mean...
How about jailbait?
Sometimes they come up with their own pet name, their own nicknames.
Like what?
Well, I don't know. I mean, children sometimes play games, and you accept their games. I do accept their games.
Well, what kind of game? Like hide and seek?
No. Games and words. Words game.
Yeah.
Words games.
Words with double meaning, or don't ask me which words now. But,
Do you imagine any child wanting to be around this guy?
He's making my skin crawl. The one I like is the one that keeps making all the jokes. I mean, like, that's the kind of guy you just want to come running out of the room, whether he's a boy lover or not.
I like the guy who keeps going, this is just not my approach to life.
This is not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no clue.
We're talking about loving boys here. You know, like these questions are ridiculous.
I don't know about pet
Why don't you just get to our questions?
These are all your
What are you, Barbara Walters? No, he's doing follow-ups.
No, I'm doing follow-ups. I thought you'd be
shut up.
interested. All right.
Is Michael Jackson okay by you?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know his private life. I don't know his private life. I can pass my judgment on another person. I don't feel like. I don't know.
How about you guys? Is Michael Jackson okay by you?
I don't have enough facts. All I've read is what is in the media, and sadly, one can't always trust what the media writes, especially the more sensationalistic media.
How about?
That's my feeling. I really don't know.
Suppose it's true that he is molesting the kid.
Now, first of all, what molesting means?
Whatever. Is he
absurd. This is a loaded word which is ruining, corrupting our society. But anyway, let's leave that aside. I don't know.
Molesting is a terrible word.
Well, the one thing is that Michael confounds even NAMBLA.
Yeah, they don't even want to back him. NAMBLA is distancing themselves from Michael Jackson. How do you like that?
That's pretty bad.
How do you like them apples?
Did with the boy. If the boy was consenting and wanted to do this, then I see absolutely no problem at all. If
obviously
the boy is...
that's what he should be saying. Why the problem?
Happy to explore his life and his value with Michael Jackson in that way.
Okay, let me only a couple more.
Uh-oh, good question must be coming up. He's stuttering.
Does the sound of a newborn make you firm?
Sound of a newborn make me firm. As I said before, I get more excited by watching wrestling shows on TV than seeing baby weaning or something.
Midget wrestling?
No. No. Long time they're gone. They're done.
Okay, were any of you guys ever this is going to be a tough one. Were you guys ever molested?
No. I was too big to be molested, too strong.
How about you guys?
Not only wasn't I molested, but this was a myth that I was very interested in exploring. And in the last 15 years, and talking to other NAMBLA members in this country and worldwide, I find that it's a very rare situation where, in fact, people were molested. This is mythology.
No, as I was growing up, I certainly would have
enjoyed it,
welcomed a relationship of that kind with an adult, but somehow I was never able to arrange it.
Homosexual?
In these terms, it depends on what you mean. That is, I don't find females unattractive at all. I find them quite attractive. The point is that if you want to impose your little pigeonhole, your little formula, your little label on this life or other lives, it probably is most inappropriate.
Have you been with one?
See, John is inappropriate. Yeah. It's inappropriate to pigeonhole. I don't know what that... I think they like pigeons. That's a whole nother meeting.
Everything is a hole, though. It's a pigeonhole.
Everything has to do with a hole. The whole life is a hole.
Loophole.
Yes, I have.
How about you, Renato? Have you been with women?
Again, no.
Oh, you haven't?
No. Again, what you have to understand is this. As pedophile, boy lovers, it comes in all sizes, in all type of milieu, in all type of, with all type of attitude. And at times the pedophiles that are monsters. There are pedophiles that are criminals, really, but there are also pedophiles that are very good.
Right.
Very helpful to society and
helpful pedophiles
to the children, and to be commended.
Like who?
Superman.
Well, like the...
Superman was a pedophile.
Yeah, give us the names of famous good
Yeah,
pedophiles.
right. Like who?
Are you a good pedophile
Or an evil one?
Pedophile.
Superman was a good pedophile, and
Hitler was a bad pedophile.
right. And not all murderers eat the bodies, so they are good murderers.
Like the untold story that never come on TV. Okay, the story in which a boy is held by a man, a boy that usually sometimes boys that don't have a family or is problem kids, which he finds somebody that is interested in what he's doing, and he does well in school. He does well in his private life because
he cares.
He knows that he's appreciated. He's somebody that can take.
I like to take a boy who has no family, do bad in school. I take him in, and then he would be, let's say, good student because I care about him. No question that he cares to get some sex off him.
Right, yeah.
How about caring without the sex? Now that's a philanthropist.
He'll leave that boy on the street if there's no sex involved.
Eddie, you're doing nice in school. I'm glad you make nice grades. Now why don't you strip and we'll celebrate? Yeah, we'll celebrate.
Oh, you have a good report card, Eddie. Come to bed.
Yeah. Now it's time to rest because it's another hard day in school. And you will need this rest to do good in your studies. Your studies are important, but bed is more important. If you want to do good or you want to end up on the street,
You will never see this story in the paper.
Right. You will never see how good we are. I love you, Eddie. You look good in your Garanimals. You know your average now, and let's see, when I met you was what, D minus? Your average now, B plus. And now... All right, let's go back to the interview.
Scaring him. And this case is like, these are the majority of the cases, but they never come on TV. They never,
nice
never heard
cases.
about it.
Good pedophile.
While making love to a child, have you ever had the crib break?
So, you have to translate this for me again.
Did Howard write that one himself?
No, Fred usually does this stuff.
Hey, were you ever a scoutmaster?
No.
Okay. Do you pick up more dates with Pez or Chunkies?
Pez or Chunkies?
Chunkies.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, that's like the brands of candy.
Chunky Pez.
What, a Pez? What is this?
Well, do you pick up kids with Pez or Chunkies, like which candy is better?
Oh, I didn't get the point.
New Yorker bar, is that the new one? Nutty New Yorker is absolutely the best.
Nutty New Yorker.
I highly recommend it.
We're not looking for any endorsement.
We don't need that kind of endorsement.
With candies and things. I mean, I don't. If they come to me, as I said before, we meet. You can meet children. Or
there's no enticement involved.
Where do you meet these children?
Right. Well, why is that such an outrageous question? How else would you get an entree to children? Most pedophiles have little game rooms, and
And they hang out at school.
Right.
At the zoo.
At the Pez.
There is in all kind of situation, a normal situation in street, in school, any place in which people...
What are you doing in school?
You really? You're 100 years old.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to be in school. You can meet kids in school. What do I need Pez for?
Do you
make friends and people?
Do you cruise lemonade stands?
I don't like lemonade.
Why is that outrageous? Where would you meet kids?
I don't like lemonade.
I'm a boy lover, but I hate lemonade.
Lemonades.
Lemonade.
He must think it's a form of AIDS. I don't like lemonade.
Actually, lemonades would probably lure a young athlete. They like it after their workouts.
Would you pay an hour to work as a department store Santa Claus?
Howard? I think you're an excellent Santa Claus.
I don't understand anybody.
Yeah.
How about you?
That wouldn't have any interest to me personally.
Why wouldn't this interest these guys to be a department store Santa Claus?
Jeez.
Getting little kids to sit on your lap?
See, they're...
I don't understand the image here.
These are guys who are trying to make this legitimate.
Oh.
They're saying they wouldn't dream
Of course
of being
not.
a Santa Claus or anything like
No,
that.
why would
to
I do
take
that?
advantage of children who weren't looking to seduce them.
My theory is that all department store Santa Claus is like little kids sitting on their lap. Not all, maybe 70%.
Okay. Did you ever make love to a boy while the Barney song was playing?
Which songs? Barney song?
Yeah, Barney, that big dinosaur.
Oh, Barney the big dinosaur. No.
No, that's out of the question. Why would I play that?
All right. Well, I'm pretty much. Only.
You didn't have
if
any
you guys
typical date questions.
Please. We had every question under the sun.
What's a typical
Is that
date
it? Are you
for
done?
your
No, I asked him that one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I have
Okay.
one more that they didn't answer before.
Give them the top 5 kids in movies and what you'd like to do to them. If you could just, because you didn't answer that before.
I have no answer to that.
How about you?
I just want to compliment the crew. This is the best list of questions that I can remember.
This guy's obnoxious.
Really good job.
But is there any childhood actors that you find attractive?
Well, there's Stuttering John a few years ago.
You guys weren't turned on by Opie or anything?
Opie? Who is Opie?
Where's that guy from?
Yeah, what planet?
The opening scene in Howard's New Year's show. What a production.
All right, listen, before I leave, Renata, can you just give Howard a special message, like, Howard, so we can play, like that answer machine message?
I have no idea what you want to hear, John.
Like, Howard, be young, be proud.
How are you? Be young, be proud, be beautiful as you are, and keep on doing what you're doing because you're doing a good work. It's masquerade. You're masquerading like clown, but you're a very serious person and a person that actually I think you'll be useful to society in the future for what you're doing now.
Thanks.
All right, guys, thanks.
I didn't realize he was such a nice guy.
Such an endorsement.
What an endorsement. You got to play that at the beginning of the show after the Nambla message.
Guaranteed.
Be young, be proud.
You are a very useful person.
Wow, that's too chilling, isn't it? Isn't it great? I mean, every question is like a non-answer. Like every question is ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't really like children. I don't know what the big deal is.
Why don't we take a break and we'll come back and do more for you right after these words.